Well, good morning, everybody, or evening, or whatever it is, wherever you're at. But here it's morning, and it's about 80 degrees already, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be really hot, so I'm not going to record this morning because of the fog, but I wanted to let you know where I'm starting this morning, and we'll pick up this ride this afternoon. There's where we're starting, 84.75, and I wanted to record yesterday, and just like that, I ride 72 miles. There we go. If I figured it right, that's 72 miles. And we'll continue on in a second. And the heat index gets to be 115. It's 115 heat index out here. I should have rode earlier, but I couldn't because my batteries weren't charged. But let's take a quick look at the bike here. There's our miles, 85.48. I'm hoping I can get to 86 today. With this 115 heat index, I don't know. It's going to be pretty rough. But we'll try to get a video for you here. Try to do a little music video for you here because my grandson, he likes my 360 footage, so I always try to put something out there for him to watch. And yeah, so let's get going here. And here's what my lawn looks like. I haven't mowed my lawn for a month and a half. I'm being rebellious here. There's some there that's kind of tall, but the rest of it don't look too bad. Yeah, if you remember, I said I tried to get someone to mow my lawn, and they wanted, it was going to end up being like $800 a month or something like that. It's $200 and some each time they mowed it, and they wanted to mow it every week. And I said, there's no way. That's impossible. So I went on strike because of my back issues. Mowing the lawn was pretty intense for me, and it was rough for me to do it. So I said, well, I'm going to mow it once a month, and it's worked out real good, but I went over a couple weeks, so now it's at 6 weeks since I mowed it. So, and this up here, I stopped the mowing completely. I used to mow all this over here, and I said I'm just going to do that once this year. I'll wait until the fall when the grass is done growing, and then I'll mow it, and then it'll grow just a little bit. Oh, it's not really supposed to rain, but when it's hot like this, storm can spring up at any time, so hopefully we'll be able to get our miles in. Well, it is pretty windy out here today, so we'll see how this turns out, but boy, it is hot. Well, you can see the leaves moving through the trees. It is really windy out. So hopefully it won't blow up a storm on me here today. Oh, 115 heat index. How many of you will ride in 115 heat? Oh, it's pretty intense. Let's see if anybody comes through here on me today. Seems like the last few times I've went through here, I meet a car right there. No car today. But I did bring 2 waters along. Usually on my afternoon ride I only bring 1, but I thought, well, probably a smart idea to bring 2. It's better to bring 2 and wishing I only brought 1 than to bring 1 and wishing I only brought 2. This is my hill climb button. I pushed that there, and I've never met a hill that I didn't gain speed on. Anytime I push that, I gain speed, so I really like this all-wheel drive. Well, the wind ain't so bad back here. Get down these bottoms, I get a little shade, and the wind ain't so bad as I grind up this hill here. Oh, it is hot, though. I guess that's going to be the theme today, is hot. Well, today I went down a really narrow road. I wanted to check my railroad crossing, if one railroad crossing was better than the other. So I went down this little road that went right next to the railroad tracks, and when you know it, a car comes down that way, and it didn't give me no room at all. I thought I was going to hit my handlebars on the door as I went by. And there was a ditch there and everything, so yeah, it was kind of a little scary. You get certain people, they give you all kinds of leeway, and then you get other people who don't really care. They just drive like you're not even there, So you got to be on the guard for all of them. You appreciate the ones who give you space, and you kind of wonder about the ones who don't, what their problem is. When I went through defensive driving school, I went through when I got my license, and then I went through when I was in the military, several of them, and they kind of teach you how to separate the hazards and always leave yourself an out. They don't seem like they teach that to people anymore. I try not to pass cars on a bridge, and I try to always leave myself an out. When you're on a bridge and you're passing a car or a truck, if they have a flat or something, I mean, there ain't no place to go. Yeah, I got a headache, boy. It's kind of hot out here. You haven't experienced life until you smell a tracking barn when it's 115 degrees out. Because they have those things, the exhaust fans running full blast when it's this hot. And boy, it smells bad. But they did put a flag out here the other day, so that's kind of neat. Well, I've been on pace here to be riding about 1,000 miles a week. And that's pretty intense. I've been trying to ride 125 to 145 miles a day, and that's pretty intense, especially in this kind of heat. Well, we'll see what we get today. We cooled off there for a while, but we're back to being really hot again. Yeah. And then, coming that close to that car wasn't enough. One of the real narrow roads I go down there, we're cutting along the side of the road and cutting the trees down, clearing all the brush, so which made it really tight. I don't like to go by all those spinning blades. But we made it and got the ride in the book, so. And there was a backhoe in the road. Big old backhoe. Blocked the whole road, come flying around the corner, there he is. So it's pretty exciting this morning. Boy, it seems like it's high pollen today too. It's kind of messing with me. Weight limit, 18 tons. I don't think I'm over 18 tons. I've seen a few vehicles that look to me over 18 tons go across there. I've seen those big machines they spray the crops with. I followed 3 of them down here one day. And I seen a dump truck go across that. He was actually stopped down there, and I stopped because I thought he was maybe concerned about going over there. And I told him I saw a dump truck go across it the other day, so he should be all right. And he said, oh, I've been going across it for 15 years. So he wasn't worried about it. Yeah, it's really warm out here. Pretty warm, pretty warm. Pretty intense for Papa. But we're gonna try to get it here today. We've come about 12 miles so far. And yeah, 12 miles. Yesterday I come up here and I was headed back the other way here. And right when I got to the intersection here, I saw a car coming. So I had to go up in there, cross their grass there, and it scared me because it's kind of a blind spot there. So next time I said I'm going to go and use the other lane, and that way I have a space where I can turn back if I need to. It's easier to turn back on one side than it is the other. Like I turn back real good to my left, but to my right, it feels weird. I guess it's because you don't have your dominant hand on the handlebars, or it's not in a position of strength or something. Anyways, we made it. That's right next to a creek, so it floods all the time, and you can see they put it up on stilts. So we'll see how it fares. This whole area through here, I've seen it all filled up with water. It floods pretty good. I got the wind at my back right now, and boy, it's really nice. Cruising along real good here. We went 22.5 miles so far, so almost halfway. Oh, this heat's pretty intense, so yep, I'm gonna be happy that I put these extra miles in when it was warm. Because when it gets really cold, it's rough to get a lot of miles in. I'd rather ride in the heat than in the cold myself. Much rather ride in the heat. I know there's probably people who say you're crazy. I'd rather ride in the cold any day, but I don't like getting cold. Oh, look at, they plant this corn right up to the road here. Ain't gonna waste nothing. Look at that. Right up to the edge of the road. I could roll down the window of my car and reach out and grab the ears as I go by. Had a nice dog chase, but then I realized my 360 camera was dead. So we missed it. But it sure is windy out here today. I hope this works out. 31.7 miles. So getting closer. Yep, you have not ridden in heat until you ride in the 115 heat index. See how hazy it is out here. And just think I'm doing this in a hoodie. People often say, how can you ride in the hoodie when it's so hot? But this hoodie is so thin that it basically just keeps the sun off of me. So I'm actually probably cooler when I wear it than when I don't. It's only when you stop is when you have to worry about it. But our corn's growing real good here. So is the weeds alongside the road. Share the road. I had a video where I was complaining about a guy passing down a hill, and it was a short, and man, I got just a horrible amount of comments saying I should get off the road, and you know, what business do I have out there, and all kinds of hateful stuff. It's like, you know, these roads are share the road with the bicycler, you know. There's a sign to prove it. But they wouldn't hear none of that. It got so bad I just turned off the comments. I said, you know, I'm not going to deal with these stupid people. It's kind of scary that there's that many stupid people out there. I mean, the amount of stupid people out there is kind of scary to me. I mean, I know there's some people that have mental difficulties and things like that. I'm well aware of that, but it just seems like people's critical thinking is gone. Well, we got some water on the road here. Got some soybean over there. And we've come about 35 miles so far. And I'm coming up here to my favorite address. If I was going to pick out an address, I think that would be the one right there. 777, the perfect number. This railroad bridge here, it's not connected anyway to the railroad down below, but boy, when it goes through here, this whole thing vibrates. Just whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, I couldn't imagine having a house right next to these places. Oh, but now that the sun's coming out, it's getting really intense out here. Had to stop because my cruise wasn't working no more because I pushed too many buttons. Yeah, for some reason, if you push too many buttons, you know, if you're halfway in between it or something and you push an up or down button, it won't work no more until you turn it off. But I stopped and so I could turn it off, turn it back on, and now it'll work. Well, I wonder how much cooler it'll be down here in my tree tunnel. Oh yeah, a lot cooler. A lot cooler down here. That's unreal. Probably a good 15 degrees or so cooler down here. And it seems like I always meet a car when I'm recording. Oh, this time it was a truck, but yeah. These roads ain't very wide. Looks like they cut this finally. Didn't do a real good job, but it was tall. It was way in the road. Now when a car passes me, it won't be so bad. Well, there's 42. Getting closer. Boy, when that sun comes out, it's intense. When it stays behind the cloud, it's not too bad. I mean, it's tolerable, but boy, it gets out from the side of that cloud, and boy, it's rough. Well, we'll be done soon. I can't record as much because the wind's so strong going one way. All right. It's 8601, so that'd be 126 miles, I think. 126 in this heat, yeah, not too shabby for an old man, if I don't say so myself. Trying to catch up on those miles that I lost when my back was hurting so bad. And yeah, so things are going very well. Let's take a look at the bike here real quick. You can see my Ultraverse. Those got over 5,000 miles on them. Still looking really good. And I got my extra battery out there, and I got a place to mount a battery here. This is all hooked up. I can hook a battery on there. But if I'm not going more than 80 miles, I don't even bother. So when it gets really, really hot and I don't want to ride in the afternoon, I can do the whole route in the morning just by putting the battery on there, and I can do over 100 miles. But yeah, so far the bike's been really fun. I put my 24 amp hour battery here. It makes it nice and balanced, so I really like it up there. So yeah, been good. There it is. And this trip odometer, it's kind of weird. It turns over whenever it wants to. I think it's at 500 and some miles it turns over. I haven't figured out a way to reset it. So it just goes and it turns over every 500 and so miles. But I use an app now. I use the Komoot app, and that keeps track of my miles when I'm out riding, so it works out really nice. Alrighty, well, this is Papa Blue Shirt. Thanks for riding with me today. I wasn't able to talk very much and record a lot of video because it was really windy out there. I didn't realize it was going to be that windy today. So, but yeah, so that's our ride, and thanks for riding with me. And goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.